Don't you know that the music should be solemn?
Here I come to save the day.
What is that? Sound of Music?
You know who that is?
Sound of Music.
Mighty Mouse.
Oh, is it Mighty Mouse?
Yeah.
See, that shows the difference between you and me. You're 27, I'm 84.
I am, proudly, I showed you before the show wearing. You're going to see Mr. Croc, Mr. Boone.
I'm seeing Booney. Oh my God, am I excited. It's my first Comic-Con since, pre-COVID. Here we go. Philly to Niagara Falls. And you and I are going to go to Germany together if everything works out.
That's still on, you think?
We got some stuff coming up, son, you and me.
What part of Germany is it in?
I have no idea.
Me neither. I do love that airport, that Munich airport.
Oh, Frankfurt. Munich. You name it.
Those airports are like RoboCop. They're like
Mercedes inside. Everything's clean and beautiful. Oh, yeah.
Newark looks like a porta potty compared to those, like Newark and JFK.
Honestly, I'm liking Newark these days because I was doing the White House Plumbers. There's so much LaGuardia. That's the real. I'm so sorry. Where do you work? LaGuardia. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah. When I lived in New York, there was a big thing amongst New Yorkers where I was like, hey, don't fly out of LaGuardia because the birds get caught in the planes. And
I heard about that. I think a plane almost went down or something.
Yeah.
It was fun.
And then on top of it, when you go there, it's just the worst of the worst. So I would just avoid LaGuardia at all points, but sometimes you got to
take it. Got to go.
It's like a scene out of Indiana Jones when he's trying to get on a plane that's moving. It's just a terrible, terrible place. But I heard
it's under construction. To be fair, it's under construction, so they need to get that done. That'll be done by 2034. So,
but the point is, if you're fortunate enough, which you and I have been around, some of these airports in the rest of the world are incredible.
Yeah,
compared to what we see here. And they're not as nerve-wracking. Yeah, no. So a lot of things going on. We made an announcement, which I think besides, it definitely put us in the pickle jar, the announcement, and in a good pickle jar. But we made an announcement that we're going to try something.
Yeah.
We're going to have 5 of our Patreon Reaper Crew peeps.
Reaper Crew level over on Patreon. 5 of them are going to be competing with my hair. I'm just not sure how I feel.
Yeah, and your hair is growing back so nicely. No chops. You just look healthier. You look better. You look like a game show host. Yeah.
Getting this back here.
Look at that tan.
No, I golfed and sun every day.
Yeah. I mean, it's all
every day.
Yeah. Because that forehead's got a lot of centimeters. And that it's taken in the sun. It's like a solar panel.
I sell this back to the electrical company, my forehead.
It's heating the rest of your body.
This whole thing. I got my painting in the background. We're back to square one.
You're back.
Hey, square pants. This is my first studio, remember? Back when I could.
You were just more angled to the right.
Yeah. I remember the phones are going off and Diana's running around. We were in Ireland, season 3.
It was 14 years ago.
That was 14 years ago. Well, I'm back. I'm back to that studio for a minute.
I want an editor. We need to find an editor. I want an editor to go in. I know there was someone who wrote us. We talked and just edit all like the hits, maybe of us talking about things like something weird, maybe us saying uncalled for and edit like everyone from the beginning where that started together. That would be kind of fun.
Okay. That's going to cost a lot of money, but I mean,
yeah, it would, but somebody will do it. So we're going to try this thing. It's just going to be, and the thing is, if it goes right, and I assume it will, we're going to try to do it once a month or something, or until, for a little while, until we can, when we're squeezing in guests and we're doing whatever. We got a lot going on, but we're going to try it.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens. And I've never been big on like, if someone feels left out or someone, this is just going to kind of be one of those things we're going to try. if you feel like you really, really, really want to do it and you're like really like so gung-ho, just send us a message and like we'll put you, because we're just going to place people like when we can in. It's not like there's no favorites here or anything. We're just trying it out.
Yeah, Justin will take all those little notes.
Yeah.
I would love to do it. I'm on Reaper Crew. I've been there for please.
And you and I recorded some odd times. I don't even know if anybody's going to be able to record when we record because people.
We're going to lose 3 of the 5.
Yeah, have 9 to 5 jobs.
But that's good. Here we go. We'll try it.
Yeah, it's the middle of the day.
Have a bunch of little faces on the top there.
You and I have recorded at the craziest times because of filming.
Well, this is why I had to get a mic down here, and this is why I had to get that little ring light.
Yeah,
I got to take it everywhere. I mean, I go through airports now, and I put my little carry-on through, and they go, "Oh, you got that podcast going on, do you?" I go, "I wonder what gave that away." Big mic, big ring light.
Is it the ring light and the microphone?
Yeah. Is it all that shit and all the cords and the stuff? What gave that away there, John?
Oh, I saw that. I like it. I enjoyed that.
God, I haven't seen it in a while though.
Yeah, it's a silly show.
Funny.
Silly show. You guys can't believe you've never seen it. I'm like, never seen it. Okay, so we're doing that, and then also our merch thing is that was crazy because we had a couple of 100 pins. Those are gone. I think there were like 3 left or something.
That's literally was going to call Caesar, but we have to do this beautiful podcast and find out where we're at. I think we're almost gone.
I think those are gone.
And the tees are going as well. Like, come on. Yeah,
I think they kept one shirt for just the Patreon members. Only they can get it. And then the subscription thing, whatever we're calling it. I don't even know. And then the other ones, I know those will be available for a minute, but I don't know how long Standard's going to keep it up. That's a Caesar question. But I just want the pin. I'm giving up on getting the shirt. I want the pin.
There's no pin for you, Theo.
There has to be.
They didn't make one for you, Theo. It's not big enough to fit your chest, your armor that you wear on a big chest, your massive, massive chest.
My massive chest.
Yeah, we got you a pin, I think. I think we got you one.
No, he's got to send it to me. And something happened. He wrote me yesterday. This was terrible.
Caesar?
Yeah. Did you get this message from him?
No.
So apparently, due to COVID, Australia and the USPS are not delivering. So as he's going through the orders, he can't send to Australia, to us. Okay. So he called me up. He's like, I don't know what to do. It's rejecting any orders to Australia. So I said, well, let's try a different carrier. Let me tell you how crazy this world is. So he goes, look at this. For a pin, what is a pin weigh? How much? Take a guess.
Nothing.
0.6, right? 0.6. Okay. 0.6 grams.
Ounces or grams, ounces, whatever.
Grams, whatever. UPS, because the United States Postal Office doesn't do it. The UPS or FedEx charge was $75 to get it to Australia.
Us, yeah.
So he's like, I could give them the option, but I don't think anybody in their right mind.
No.
I said, I know. I said, let's wait to see what happens because this obviously can't go on
forever.
Yeah, because it was $17 with like the United States Postal Service, but they stopped it all.
I wonder why they did that. They don't have workers, or they're just too tough. The planes aren't flying as much. I mean, not yet, as we're getting back to somewhat normal now. Hard to say.
Something to do with COVID. It said it in the message that he got.
Always. Yeah, it'll be.
And I guess Australia's had a little bit more of a lockdown thing going down.
Yeah.
Still, Melbourne especially, right?
My boy Ben is pulling his hair. Well, he's got a good set, good head of hair, but he's pulling it right out. He can't leave. He can't leave where he's at. But they're changing. It's changing every day, every week. Hopefully, it's getting better.
Everything's getting better.
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try our show. We got the merch going on. We're rolling here. The guests, these are and listen, I know it's gonna be wild, but Kim and I Justin's gonna be on it with us, so we're gonna try to keep some order and roll through the episode. We're gonna do next week. We're gonna try to do next week. Let me say try because you and I things change by the minute. We're gonna try to do the opener of season 6 with the the 5 crew, the 5.
And won't that just be so fun to have Justin as the referee, because you can't shut up. I'm barely able to shut up. And then we have 5 beauties, whoever they are, coming on. Everyone's going to chirp in. We've got to keep it going. But this is going to be some serious fun, man.
And we're going to get everybody's perspective. The episode will probably be about 6.5 hours at this point.
And if you think I remember how 6 starts, you can forget it.
Well, let me get right into that, because you duped me last week. First of all, you said something that just was completely untrue, which you said Jax does something heroic. No, he doesn't. And I'll get into that when we speak about the episode. And then you led me to believe that Clay gets killed.
No, I didn't say that. I said he died. You thought he died in 5. I said he dies in 6. This is 5
waiting.
Still.
I got to tell you something. There was a point where I'm watching it last night and I go, did we kill Pope and Clay in the same episode? No. I was like, that would be a real waste, right? Because you don't want to do 2 big things like that.
No.
And I'm waiting for him to get killed because I did not remember anything that happened.
Right.
And I got to tell you, I don't know if my mind is just deleting files. The fact that I remember none of this.
Right.
The tongue, the all the stuff we're about to talk about. But to say Jax does something heroic, no.
What I meant by that is he's so on the path of, what are you doing? Why are you doing it this way? So heavily that all I remembered was there was something he did at the end of the episode that had to do with me that could have went a different way and didn't. And when we get to it, I'll talk to you about it.
Sure, I can't. But I will just say,
heroic might be the wrong word.
Poor Tara knows, because Tara's entire
how the fuck does she not have her own show? How did she not just go to Oregon and open her own shop on her own show? Why
her whole existence as a human being in Tara Knowles has been absolutely impacted by all the follies of Jax Teller.
Oh my God. She's getting punched in the stomach for no reason.
If I was her, I would go, enough. I've had enough.
That's leaving. Uncalled for. I'm leaving.
It's uncalled for. You just punched me in the gut.
Don't know when I'll be back again.
Leaving on. Who sings that?
Maybe
Carpenters
John Denver.
or something?
Maybe John Denver. I don't fucking know. But
I don't think it's John Denver.
It's a good song.
Who cares?
God, I love saying who cares.
No.
You said that every 5 minutes in the first season. Who cares?
Who cares?
Now we know so much.
Now we know so much.
You want me to
say who cares? Do you remember we used to do episodes out of order?
What? Oh, were we nuts? No wonder my anxiety was through the pumpkin seed. I was so, what? We're doing where? Season 3, Kim, episode 4. But we just didn't see it. I know. And that's what we're doing.
Can you imagine fans listening to that going, these guys don't know a fucking thing. Because we would do the whole episode. This would be our review or our rewatch. We'd go, why'd he do that? I don't know. Did something happen? Where did Clay? Oh, I think I remember. Wait, was that?
No. But the fans would go crazy. Our peeps would go crazy on the internet, giving it up, telling us what really went down. We went, okay, there you go. Don't remember.
I would have shut that fucking show off faster than anyone. I would have been like, these 2 fucking knuckleheads have no idea who decided to do the show like this. This was terrible.
Well, it seemed to work because we've just done nothing but this since day one. So it seems we're escalating and up the escalator at a rapid pace.
We're back.
And I can barely keep up to you, let alone the show. All right.
So here we go. So do you know what the title is? You're French.
Well, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
So for the final episode of season 5, I do believe it's called J'ai Obtenu Cette. J'ai Obtenu Cette. Do you know what it means in French?
No.
It's kind of a bastardized version of I got this.
Oh, cool.
I got this.
That's cool.
So I have a feeling.
That'd be a cool tattoo. Go ahead.
I'm completely wrong, but I have a feeling because Jax has been such on a devil's tear. of savagery since the death of Opie, that this is like, you know, Opie's death really kind of did happen because of Pope, because Pope ordered it in prison, even though it was going to be me. And then, you know, Jax needed me to be part of something and he was going to give himself up. And then Opie jumps in. The point is, I got this, I think, is a love pin, if you may, from Jax to Opie and how this show ends with the killing of Pope. I'm just throwing that out.
Well, you know, we usually do this on finales. I'd be hard pressed to think we don't do it on every finale where we start with a montage. It just kind of seems like that's what we do on these bigger episodes.
Yeah.
So they're doing this juxtaposition of Jax sleeping, Tara can't. You know, music starts. I know that voice. We all know that voice, right?
Yeah.
Who was singing.
One of the great songs that she's ever sung, really. Like I loved it.
I know. I don't remember what it was. And then Gemma is staring at Nero. She can't sleep. Nero's sleeping.
Can I ask you a question right there? I mean, haven't we had this before where people can't sleep, or they are, or they're not, or they're getting up, or it's about sleep. I think we've done this before.
Well, the sleep of babies. We have a lot of things.
Yeah. All right.
Well, first of all, Nero's sleeping on his stomach, which is terrible for you. It's like
bad for your back.
Really
bad for your lower back.
Jax was sleeping correctly. You got to sleep on your back.
Yeah, or your side.
And if you sleep on your side, you should use a full body pillow because it keeps everything in line.
Woo! When I was playing Frank Sturgis, this like big belly. It was I was pregnant.
Then you can tighten up your chest. I mean, it's a whole thing. Sleeping's a big thing. So I just read a book, Why We Sleep. So I'm
cool.
Yeah. So Clay now alone with the gun is a nice kind of them two, Clay alone with the gun, the blacked out tattoo, sitting alone. And it shows like they're all together, yet they're not really together. And here he is with that. So that was a cool move.
Yep. Good beginning.
Then a bunch of other stuff keeps happening, but I wrote, it's too much to keep writing. So who cares? That's what I wrote in my notes.
Who cares? Yep. Let's keep going. Let's go. Come on, let's get to the big scene.
Jack's going to meet Pope alone. I guess he's comfortable at this point to go alone. Sure.
Yeah. I don't know. I just find him so cocksure, like Jax with Pope, just so cocksure and questioning him. And the look that Pope gave Jax at the end of that scene when they're walking away was kind of cool. Like, I don't know what's going on here. The audience certainly should not know what the fuck's going on here.
And they don't.
And they really don't, because they're in bed together now. There's no doubt about it. And the way this oration's been going with Sutter's writing, those two are now definitely going to be business partners. And Tig is going to get fucking killed.
I would be remiss to think that anyone believed that Jax wasn't going to kill Tig.
Correct.
I think Sutter spun that incredibly.
Correct.
And we'll get to it. I mean, it's done so well that even though I knew, I was still like, wait, when does he fucking find out? Like, how this is really going? So that's amazing that the way that was deeply planned for so long. Okay.
You know what I heard? Can I tell this right now?
Yeah.
When we killed Opie on this show, there was a military second there where Tig was going to be next. Tig was going to be next. He was going to kill a couple of the golden geese in this season, almost for sure. I heard a rumor that Sutter, loved us all so much, obviously, but had run out of a storyline for Tig in a way. Kind of, so what a way to go out, right? What a way to, and I would have been fucking thrilled to go out this way, the way it's kind of planned. However, something happened in the hierarchy of FX and beyond that they went, wait a minute. Okay, hang on a second. Let's keep that Tig thing going. So
I remember that. I remember you and I talking and going through it on set.
Do you remember that? And
I remember who said something. And I remember them saying, if I'm correct, because I don't remember much, but this one always stuck to me. They went, we're good. We don't need to lose Tig 2. We're good.
I think that's exactly right.
We're okay. Because he wanted, from what I remember, he wanted to take out like a bunch of people in the 5th season.
He certainly wanted to take out more than just
Tig out. Tig was number one on the chopping block.
Yeah, no, 100%. And so anyway, here we are. We're still talking about it.
So we got that going on now. Juice is at the locker stashing that gun, which we'll come to find out was the gun, but he's stashing something. He's just feeling all sorts of way. We see it in the little looks of Juice that he's just feels dirty. He feels terrible, right? Clay and Gemma. He tells her that he's leaving. She tells him she's going.
I got to tell you, I really like this scene. I thought it was a really well-written, good. And again, is Gemma fucking pulling our legs here? Because
she's a sociopath.
She literally, I wrote down, is she really going to maybe go to Belfast?
No.
I know that, but it just was
Gemma revealed herself in this episode to be the complete demon that she is. When the stuff comes with Tara later, and when you see her looks after Clay gets arrested, which we'll get to in a little while, she has demonized. Gemma is, Juice says it at the end. She's behind it all.
Yeah.
She is the one. And this is why I do feel like a lot of that story has always been to try to prop her up as this, she just loves her family.
The boys. It's about the boys. She wants the boys. Don't you take those boys away from me. The boys are everything.
Boys. Don't take the boys. But it's like, and she got so much kind of carte blanche for that. Like, oh, she's just doing it because she loves her family. No. She's a bad person. Right. And she's got Clay. And I know we're not supposed to feel bad for Clay. I get it. I've seen people in the comments being like, you think Jax is the villain? Clay is the worst of the worst. Yes, I get it. Everybody is if you put them under the microscope on this show. But Clay really did think she was going.
There's no doubt. He looks excited. She's twirling her yarn and he's buying all of it. And then we get to Drea, who has she ever been better than in this scene, Theo? Like how fucking
before we get to that, what happens is
there something before that?
Yeah. So Tara's magic hands are all good. These are magic hands.
Magic.
It's magic.
Magic.
She's been boxing bare knuckle fights.
Yeah.
She
went to Dublin for 3 weeks to do it. She made a lot of cash.
Yep.
Knocked out 3 bruisers who were 200 pounds heavier than her. And she's still ready to go.
Dipping them in glass.
Surgery. Here we go.
Slamming her hands wherever she can against cinder blocks. And they're like, hey, I got to tell you.
You look good.
You're ahead of schedule.
You're ahead.
You must be doing nothing. Are you taking arnica? This is incredible. So,
oh, fuck, you must be doing nothing. Those hands are so good.
Wow. Are you just sitting there? So then Wendy comes in. She's amazing in that scene. I
just thought she was so fucking, her confronting Tara at the hospital. So good. Tara's getting out.
She tells her, I mean, and I got to tell you, this is where they were both fantastic because Wendy had to be the aggressor there and be like, look and show everything. And then the scene really only sells on Tara's recognition of what's going on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Of like the horror of my husband did that.
Of what he did. Yeah.
So I really love that because there's a lot said with no words there on Tara's face.
Love it. Yep.
And then all of a sudden, Gemma has those flowers that are meant to Tara. Great coincidence, by the way. They deliver into a fucking garage.
Yeah, and this is what makes great TV. Some of it you just go, there's no fucking way that would happen, but holy shit, now what?
We call it the Ralph Furley, the Three's Company one, right? It's where Mr. Furley thinks he hears something, but all of a sudden these flowers go to a garage that she doesn't work at.
Yeah.
And Gemma goes, oh, look at this. Oh, she's leaving.
She's leaving. And you got little Chucky speaking French. I do.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I get that. They're trying to insert humor. I have I guess that's a hard thing for me to talk about on the show because we had real humor. Like I'm not knocking the Chucky thing. I think it's great. But we had like scenes of humor. They're trying to insert it with
this is what we came down to. This is where we're at now.
Yeah.
There ain't no fun shit anymore. The show's too serious. So these are little layers of comic stuff. And fucking Michael Ornstein would come in once a week, once every 2 weeks, pretend he's French.
And be the funny guy.
To do for him and be a funny guy.
And I got to tell you, it's a lot of pressure on Ornstein.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Because I think ultimately,
he was up to it.
yeah, and he was fucking brilliant. But I think what happens
Funny as
is,
shit.
I think what happens is they write an episode and then they go, fuck, this is dark. We got to figure out something funny in here. And they're like, all right, have somebody say something about Tig's hair, or have somebody do something. Somebody, instead of being like, be a funny fucking storyline, like something funny. When Juice and Tig went on the Patchover episode and had to do this and that's funny. Have them go to the supermarket together.
But that's what we would say for years.
They don't do that.
Where'd all the humor go? But it's a serious show now, and it's number 1 on the fucking cable network. So here we go.
So now we have Nero handling business on the streets. He's with this crew. Dave Navarro's there. You know who Dave Navarro is?
Yeah.
Pretty fucking fantastic guitarist from Jane's Addiction.
He can play that guitar.
He could play. He's about 5'1". He could play.
He's short, but God, he had fun on this show, didn't he? He had fun.
Big fan. He's a big fan. He was a great dude. He was, again, sometimes you roll that dice when you're getting guest stars who are famous in their own life, and sometimes it goes completely wrong, aka a couple of other ones I can name. And sometimes it goes right, and Navarro went right. He was super happy to be there. He worked his ass off. He was really good. He was subtle. Yeah. He's not trying too hard, and he's a fucking kick-ass guitarist. I love Jane's Addiction. So, and he was in a couple other bands after that. Something with Slash, maybe.
All that. Those
I don't know. Okay, so Nero's handling his business, and now here we go, Tig. This is it, the dog fighting ring. Please tell everyone, because you and I are fucking animal freaks, and thank God I wasn't there, because it still would have been hard, but you're as much crazy about animal welfare as I am. So tell everybody.
I will. I knew that dog stuff happened. I just had no idea where. I had no idea what season. I couldn't remember. I knew. So boom, the cut from the Nero stuff to the dog stuff. I had to put it on pause, and I realized, wait, it's right now. That whole dog stuff is right now. Okay, so the Wrangler. First of all, those 2 American pit bulls that you saw battling in the ring, they're brother and sister. Their real names are Bonnie and Clyde. And they looked alike. They looked similar. One stood in for the other one. The other one was sleeping, whatever. They were Bonnie and Clyde. And this Wrangler, who I can't remember his name, Charlie, I think. Do you remember Theo?
I do. I worked with him twice.
Was it Charlie? Do you remember?
Something like that. I got to be honest. I don't want to say too much, because I know one of them got in trouble, and I don't know if it's him. Okay. And again, I don't follow on it, and I hope it's not. But I do remember that a couple of them recently got cracked down on, because I've only worked with dogs on a few films, and I'm crazy about it. Like I'm grilling the Wranglers up and down. Yeah. Like, what you're doing. But yes, I remember on that, he was, whatever it was at the time, he was
fantastic. He was brilliant. The dogs were brilliant. And here we go. And I'm telling you what, I mean, all of this, from Tommy to Boone, me, of course, DL is like, his middle name is I love dogs. Yeah. It was a fucking hard day and a half to watch all this. It was all well done. It was all safe. Obviously, there was no dog hurt. But when you start putting on fake blood and giving them a treat and telling them what to do, and then you got to react as your character, it just was, it was freaking hard to do, man. Really, really hard to do.
Yeah. And you played it so well. And the way I looked at it with Tig was, while it was about the dogs, it was more about innocence. It was more about everything that he had been going through up until that moment, like, was now culminating in the face of this animal.
Right. You're right.
And it was almost like, you remember like those old cartoons when like a smell would come past the character and he'd go, oh yeah, and he'd like launch onto it and keep going.
Pepe Le Pew.
Pepe Le Pew. Back to Le Pew. It was like the second you saw that dog, that was it. It didn't matter about Dante.
The gun's coming out. I need to find out what's going on here. What's happening here? Who's this douchebag who's organizing all this? He's dead. I mean, that's cool.
Yeah. And we were going to see Tig do Tig things. And then all of a sudden, when you get to those garbage pails, the trash bins, oh my God, I know it was all fake, but that fucking destroyed me, with all the dogs up there when he carries the dog.
That's right. And I I remember there was no lines there, and I don't even know if I spoke. I think I said something. I just couldn't believe it, or what the fuck is happening here? It was a perfect kind of thrust forward to go find this Dante guy. And then did you see Jackson, our gal, our Reaper gal, our ghost, our gal?
Yeah, so we get to see her.
So we see her.
Yeah, so the deal is that whoever sees her is going to die. We don't know when. But if you see her, it doesn't even have to be interaction, you're going to die. That's kind of the way it's been in the history of that. So obviously we're a few seasons from that happening, but there has been no one that's had interaction with her that hasn't died. A Juice had interaction with her, Jimmer had interaction with her, Tara had interaction with her. Everybody who's died has had interaction with her.
Yeah.
I don't know if Opie did, but I'm curious. And I don't know if Piney did.
I think Opie was in a scene with Jax when she was around.
Well, there's a great question for the people who are smarter than us.
Ask for our family. I mean, I thought there was a little scene where he was with Jax and she popped up and they're drinking water. Something weird. I don't know.
Okay, so we see her. So that's a cool little tidbit. She usually does show up in finales.
Right.
So all of a sudden the action stuff begins. By the way, did you notice Bobby going gangster grip on the gun?
I just wrote it down. Bobby comes in double gunned out. Yeah. Gangster halfway, double gunned out.
What is he doing?
Okay.
No,
okay. Bobby, you're secretary of the club.
Yeah. He comes in like he's
I know you're a VP
in an action movie. Yeah, he comes in like, like it's Bad Boys. So then it's nails in the face guy. We do the nails in the face. Yeah. Because why not? We're Sons of Anarchy. That's, let's do that. And then it goes to the part where that dog is tearing Dante apart in the car. Which was, while pleasurable.
Yeah. I mean, you get what you deserve, but I didn't want to see it.
The poor dog has never be the same after that.
Yeah. A lot of treats, a lot of bad.
Well, I mean, it's also that whole thing. Like once, we deal with this with the land, right? Once a dog gets a taste of something, right? Whether it be a deer or they usually, like, oh, that's on the menu. Is that possible? So, who knows? But
you'd like to think that dog in that cab obviously was a stunt guy.
Yeah,
the stuff on the arm that they just trained for doing that.
I was saying if it was real life.
Oh yeah, no, real life. Oof.
Yeah, because we've known special forces guys who work with dogs.
Okay, let's tell this story. So you and I are doing that USO tour over in Kuwait and Iraq, and you had these training dogs, these shepherds that were just unbelievable. And I remember, going to go up and just see them, and the boys all went, "Kim, that's good. You can't touch.
Can't touch him.
Can't even come closer than that. They love you, but you can't come closer than that." They are with that handler, that woman, that man who have these dogs. They are with them till they're gone. And that's it. Boss
used to have, so it's not a shepherd.
God for Boss. I miss him, man.
Yeah, it's not a shepherd. And I don't believe it's a Presa Canario. I got to look at what the breed is. So the SEALs would have a specific dog. And I would see videos of them jumping out of the helos together, jumping out of planes together.
Sure, little birds and helicopters and jumping out.
At night, and they have to put the cage on the dog's mouth so it doesn't bite going down from the hypoxic thing. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And I guess it's wild shit, man. I don't know. It's wild shit. But point is, that was crazy watching me, Dante. So now the Sons are back at TM. Here's another thing that I just made a mental note of. Juice is never with you guys anymore.
Nope.
That's it. Like I've been drummed out. Drummed out.
And it really sucked. I mean, ever since we had that little, Jax finding out about what what Juice said or didn't say, or the Roosevelt thing, it's like you're just cut off. You're gonna work for me is what I need. You're cut off. You don't get to come to the club. You're cut off.
It's like you're with Clay and that's it. And I remember I wasn't nearly working as much as you guys.
No, bro. Jake hardly worked either. Now, when I did, it was great shit. The burning of my daughter, the meeting of Walton Goggins, the ending coming up. I mean, it was but I'm not in it. Hardly in it. Tig and Juice had a little bit of a reprieve season of not being in a lot. When they were, it was interesting.
Yeah.
But never
when we were in it. When we were in it, we were doing stuff, but we weren't really in it.
And that scene you just brought up about coming back to Teller Morrow, did you notice how wet the ground was? See, peeps, I got to tell you, it rarely rains in Southern California.
Mm-hmm.
And when it does, and when it did from that May to October timeframe, we used it. Paul Maybaum went, this is the greatest thing ever. Let's use it. And we were on our bikes pulling in there, and it was wet, and I loved it.
Yeah. So we're back there. They're pushing the French stuff again. Jackson Tara talking. She basically is saying to him kind of what's going on, like what it is. And then we get to a big part, which we'll see in later seasons, is Unser tells Jax basically about Turek. And we kind of find out all his background, who he is, special forces, disorderly this. And that was his only family. And it's really kind of breezed over, but it's super important.
Yeah.
But it's like a little crumb. Here's a crumb. Yeah. You remember this. It's not going to play out in this episode, but remember this because it's going to come back later.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like when they do that because it makes you pay attention, which cuts right to, as we're talking about Lee Turek with Otto. And then there's the biting of the tongue, which is, let me just say it before you do. It's completely uncalled for.
Sutter, what are you doing, Curdy Pants? What are you doing, Sutter? Oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to bite my tongue off.
So people,
because I'm not like, what were they going to do? Were they going to put him Chinese water torture? Or are they going to cut one of his testicles off to get him to talk? How about you just don't talk? Just don't talk. Or lie.
No, or lie.
So, no, not good enough. We need to chomp our tongue off. And you want to talk about humor. Sutter thought that was the greatest thing ever.
Oh, I remember.
He thought it was the greatest thing ever. They had the tongue gag. They were ready to go. Makeup was ready to go. A lot of blood and action. And he was laughing. I couldn't tell if that was an Otto laugh or a Sutter laugh, but it was uncalled for.
The whole thing was silly. Let's just keep it real for a second. It was silly.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Let's just come on. But he says, way to commit. Great line by Lee Turek.
Way to commit. Yeah, that's right. That was good, actually.
Okay, so here we go. Gemma with Tara confronts her about the move. And now we see the real Gemma Teller. There it is.
So what the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck?
No, what the fuck is going on?
In the fuck.
Because you just had, we sort of breezed over it, but Jax just moments ago when talking about Wendy's goes, she's just a fucking junkie. She's never going to get cussed. Well, take it easy. She's sober now and she might be a pretty good option, but he walks away. Mean.
Why is he so mad about her?
So mad.
Like, what did Wendy do to him?
Nothing. Like,
what's he so angry about? Maybe can he just for a second take a beat and go, you know what? She is doing pretty good.
Maybe she's a good option.
Like 2.5. Maybe she's a good option. Maybe she's a better option than all the homicidal fucking murderers I have around me.
And maybe I'm going to listen to my wife, Tara, who came up with the idea for a second.
What do you have to think about it? Let's weigh the pros and cons. Hey, hold on. I'm going to get a piece of paper and we're going to put a line down. Let's do pros and cons.
Let's have a little shot of whiskey while we do it.
Let's do it. Let's make a night of
music in the background.
And then we'll play Uno.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And then we'll play, beanbag, cornhole, something.
Cornhole. Great game.
Fuck me. All right. So, come on. She punches her right in the fucking gut, right in the breadbasket.
And she threatens her too with going to prison. I'm going to send you to prison. I'm going to threaten you first.
Holy shit.
Then she punches her right in the breadbasket.
What the fuck did Tara do to deserve that?
Jeez Louise. What a silly scene. What a silly scene. Okay. let's just move to the next one.
Yeah.
Jax tells Tig he needs him. Need you.
But I noticed something in Jack's movement in this scene, and that was he comes hustling down that hallway, right past his dad's bike. He's hustling. Yeah. So that means, okay, so what's the motivation? I'm always thinking, is that what's his motivation? And I wrote down, it's almost as if Jax had figured out his plan kind of right there. Like this whole plan of what he's been planning, we're going to find out in 10 minutes what it was with taking him out at this. But it's almost as if it's all coming together. Let's do this.
That's interesting, right? Because I think that I would have to think his plan would have to be adjustable because things happen, right?
Correct.
So he had an idea.
Correct.
But now it's like, oh shit, we got our opportunity. Let's go.
I think that's exactly right. I think that's exactly right. The time was now. All right.
Juice and Clay are together.
Oh, and I have one more thing.
Oh yeah, please.
You know who's cranky in this episode?
Who?
Tommy.
Something was going on outside of Chips.
Well, son, we can't talk about it here. This is not the platform.
Ooh.
But something went down on set. Didn't have
is this thing?
It didn't have anything to do with anyone in particular, really. But something went down that was kind of unfortunate.
Wow.
And here's,
I didn't know that was now.
Yeah, right now. And here's the Chibs storyline. Wow. Kind of, he's not in this finale. And we all want to be in the finale. We all want to be in it. We all loved one another, a lot of love. Yeah. But I just remembered now because there was this scene where Jax goes, Tig, you're with me. We're going. And Chibs gets up and goes, I'm coming. And Jax goes, no, you're not. You're staying right here. And I remember Chibs just, Tommy, come on. It just doesn't get any better than that guy. But he just sat back, went, this fucking sucks. This whole
this was a weird time off. Now that you just reminded me of when this
remember that?
Yeah.
This is when it was.
Yeah. And I was gone a lot. But if you remember these times, see, here's what's funny. In the early days of this show, even when I didn't work, I would come and hang out.
We all did.
Yeah. Then it got to the point where if you didn't work, you were like, I'm going to stay home. I don't know what's going on over there. I'm just going to stay home. Right. But you would still be curious, like, hey, what's anything happen? Like, what's going on? Because we would all talk so much.
Well, we were on our phones. We all called each other, texted one another, and still went riding on the weekend. But me.
Yeah.
It was a tough ending to season 5, man. It
was a tough ending now that I remember. Yeah, but there you go. Wow, that makes more sense. Okay, so they get going, and then we go to Juice and Clay are together quickly, and Gemma enters and says she's ready. My bags are in the car. Here we go. War-torn Belfast. C'est la vie.
No, that's great French. Chucky would be so proud of you.
Thank you.
Adieu. No, but Thea, this is my point that I need you to answer to me. She's going. At least it's sure. Like, why would she even go?
She knows what's happening.
She doesn't know what's going to happen to Tig.
Sure, she does. Jax has told her everything.
No fucking way.
Oh, yes. Jax told her everything that's going down.
About Tig, about what he's going to do.
Yes. Either way.
What? See, this is my head, my forehead. Yeah. That went right over my
head. Takes a pole vault to get over.
And that's a fucking pole vault.
So here's the deal.
Silver medal of the 1976 Olympics. My forehead with pole vaulting.
Saskatchewan zone.
Yep. I fucking made the Canadian team.
Here's the deal. This is my thought. Call me wrong.
Sure.
Juice knows too. Get him the gun. Juice knows it's to set up Clay.
Yeah, something's going to happen.
No, he does because he tells him leave. Right? He knows. This is what I think Jax probably told them off camera, both Gemma and Juice. Pope's going to die, and Clay's gun is going to be framed for it.
Wow.
He told them both. What he didn't include in that is Tig might be dead with him.
Wow. No, wow.
Tig might be dead. He might not be. He might not be.
That fucking explains it to me then, because I didn't get this. I didn't understand this.
He's saying, I hope he is not dead. He probably doesn't even mention Tig, but what he does say is Pope will be dead. Clay's gun will do it. Keep him here.
Wow.
Cops will be there to arrest him. And Juice and Gemma both know it.
Wow.
And this starts their dirty alliance of them two in that room later.
There you go. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good job. I'm just trying to save my own fucking life and spit in Jax's face coming up here, you know?
This is what I do. So Tig and Jax arrive at the warehouse. This is a fucking monumental scene here. I didn't realize how great and big it was and all this. And there's a lot of moving parts. Tell me about, you guys were obviously filming all day by yourselves. It's weird.
Yeah. It was actually
never filmed alone.
It was actually 2 days, actually.
Oh, wow.
Because it's the finale, you know, Sutter, he directs them all. Kurt directs them all. And we had like 12 days, 11, 12, almost 13 days. We were out there for an afternoon and a full day because there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of shooting, a lot of this, a lot of that. And just the little pull up alone, that took 4 hours for me and Jax to pull up. They had a big crane there that day. They wanted to use it. So there was a lot going on. And again, acting, right, everybody? Like acting. Kim Coates knows I'm not going to die. But Kim Coates says, Tig, you better be playing everything the way it comes out. And when I got off that bike and I turn around and Jax has that gun on me, woo, it was really something.
Oh, it's wild. Because you played it like, I don't even, like the process, right? It's the process.
Yeah, I was trying to really figure out what is actually happening here.
Well, it's hard to process. You know, it's almost like the only things I could equate it to, it's like I remember like getting calls or like somebody died and they're like, someone died. And I'm like, what? Like unexpected. And you go,
sure.
And I'm just, wait, what do you mean? Like they're gone? And it's like you need to process something, right? So there's the recognition. The gun in the face is, wait, are you pointing that? Is there someone else? Are we doing this for something? Is it like, is this a joke? There's all that. And then by the time Tig is processing, the cars are coming. And now it's, you motherfucker.
That's right. And I remember, though, with my gun out, and then him telling me to put the gun down, and his gun's on me, and all that stuff was going down. And that was fucking weird, dropping the gun. And then the car does pull up. I know it's Pope's car. And sure enough, he comes out, and it's just, get the fuck out of here, man. And I didn't remember doing this, but I'm so glad. You know how, and there's reasons why taking the cut off or ripping the cut off, or you can't let them take your cut. Mm-hmm. I remember making a decision of, this is so much bigger than the cut. You want to take my cut off, take my fucking cut, because I'm not going to stop looking at Jax. I want him to remember my eyes burning into his skull when I get shot. Take the fucking cut, take my pen. I don't give a fuck, because nothing I can do. I got 20 guns on me, but I'm going to spit in your face. And then I'm not going to. And I looked at him until I couldn't look at him anymore. And you know
what's funny? It's such an amazing choice that you made. But here's what's really interesting. This is what's interesting with acting in general. That choice is so powerful and so good, right? You're not even looking at the guy who killed your daughter.
No.
You're deciding to look at Jax. But if the camera's not positioned the right way, you could look like you're looking at the horizon.
You wouldn't know that. No,
right. You wouldn't know. Right. So it's like, the camera operator's job is to make it look like you're looking at Jax, right?
And the way they cut it, and the camera was right of Jax, right of me, same line.
You got to keep that line, because if not, it just looks like you're staring at nothing.
Yeah.
So I thought they did a good job with that, because I read that, right, where it's like, I'm thinking about it. Here's this guy that you have so much hatred for and so much, so much anger for with Damon Pope, but yet Jax has almost overshadowed him in that moment of the betrayal. The betrayal is really heavy. All right. So then the great mislead happens, and then we find out it's Clay's gun. Tig has to absorb that, and then the crying, the letting it all out. of what happened, right?
Yeah. So when that thing was all over, when Jax becomes the cowboy hero with the gun in his car or in his bike, and he comes in and starts killing everybody, and I kind of start to realize what the fuck is going down, and he still can't really process it all. It's happening really, really, really fast. When I did shoot Pope, and when the breaking down happened, and when we called it a cut and a wrap on the day, everyone needs to hear this. Harold Perrineau and I had spent the entire season, whenever we were around one another, we never said hello. We never said, how's your day? How's your beautiful kids? How are my kids? We knew this. We respected one, but we didn't ever, not one. When it was a wrap on Harold, he looked at me, I looked at him, and we walked towards one another, and we hugged each other. And both said, I'm such a fan. I'm such a fan, man.
I was one of my
Thanks for doing this. Thanks for coming. You going, Coach, I've been watching you since I'm set. But we couldn't do that because we kept it in. We kept the Tig Pope alive. But man, was it nice. And then of course in Cold Brook,
I was going to say he's on Cold Brook. I mean, did that come from your relationship on this?
It came from our relationship on this, and Billy Fichtner thinking he's just one of the most wonderful actors, perfect for the part. Would you please do this? Harold and I had worked together, so we knew each other's professionalism, if I may. And it was an easy fit. And he came and he killed that show.
He smashes every role he's in.
Every role he's in.
So, I mean, he's in some of the greatest things. He's so great. And again, he's one of these actors that just rolls undercover.
Yeah.
He just kind of is always doing it. Every time someone sees him, especially in the acting community, like, oof, that guy's legit, right? Like he's one of the good ones. But it's not necessarily known to the masses, I guess you would say, or that everybody maybe knows, but it's like just we were just talking about this with like Michael Beach, who's someone else on the show where you go, fucking Beach is great in everything he's in, right? And Harold's even more different because he does character stuff and all this, but it's like I'd a million times rather be one of those actors than the other.
He's beautiful. And beautiful. He's a beautiful guy too. And one more quick story. So I'm in Vegas when this show is being shown, the final show. They flew me to Vegas, big people, big charity, a lot of people in the room. And I'm up there, and everyone who's seen the first 12 shows, they're about to watch this.
Wasn't I with you?
And were you there with me?
Maybe.
Yeah, you probably were. They flew us both into Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then you'll remember this. I'm at the podium. We're saying hi. And we're standing there. And I went, thank you for all coming to what could be Tig's final supper. And everyone went, oh. I went,
no.
Oh. And I went, no, thanks for coming, because this is, enjoy. And you and I walked. And
people shit, they squirted in their pants.
And as this scene was going on, they kept turning around, looking to see if I was still sitting at the back, which I was. But seeing, and anyway, so this is how it ends. I don't die. There we go. Let's keep going.
But everyone thinks you're going to.
Everyone thinks I'm going to.
So now we got the lawyer with Tara.
Yeah.
Everybody in that audience now finds out they're not. They got to go to the bathroom and wipe up the poop that came out of their ass when you told them that you might die. Everybody was nervous about Tig. They're going to put that aside for a second, but we still got a bunch of episode to go.
Yeah.
Tara signs all the paperwork. She wants out. She's just been punched in the gut. She needs to go. Juice carrying the boxes to Clay's garage.
And one thing sorry, bro. The reason why I took a day and a half to shoot that scene with Pope was we just skipped over a little bit of when Clay's gun gets found.
Yeah.
Up in the hill.
No, not yet. We're not there yet. He didn't call Roosevelt yet. Oh, wait, we did. Okay, hold on. Sorry.
That's
Roosevelt, first of all, let's go right here. Roosevelt has a beard now.
Well, he's doing a lot of different work.
Yes.
He's got a lot going on.
Brockman's working all the time.
And his wife is gone on the show. He's a little depressed. He's not going to shave.
He's got the beard.
He's got the beard going. He's rocking it.
He gets the call from Jax.
Right. So he comes and he finds
First of all, who put the gun all the way up there?
No, I love what Jack goes, up the hill. You got it. Get up.
Who ran the hill? Who ran the sprints up the hill? Tig?
No, it was fucking
Tig's a mess.
It was mess.
Had to be Jax, right?
I guess. Sure, why not? He's the only one up there.
It's only you two.
He's probably a kid running up there. Went, oh, okay, sure.
Do you want to know what's funny? So I'm watching the episode. What I felt like was for the first time, even though I know I've seen it, I think So he calls Roosevelt, go check by the whatever he tells him. And I go, oh, it's going to be right next to the warehouse. He looks off into the yonder.
Oh, it's the yonder.
It's like,
and it could have been any yonder. When Jack's going up the hill, halfway up, you'll find it. Click. What? Where's my GPS? Can I put it in my phone?
Yeah, does anybody have a metal detector? How am I going to find this thing?
Come on. What are we on a beach?
Cut to Roosevelt with
headphones
on and a metal detector.
Yeah, you know, fuck, you should have done that.
By the way, weeks later, it would take him weeks to find that.
Yeah, found the gun like that.
Like that. Oh, let me guess who did it.
Let
me guess who did it. It's got a Reaper on it.
Okay, so he gets that. Great.
Okay, Tara. The lawyer's with Tara. She signs all the paperwork. She's been
Robin's
the gun.
You see the size of her ring? It's the size of bigger Saskatchewan. New York is
I didn't
big.
see it.
Oh my God, it's a Robin. It's like that big on her finger. Like I'm going, woo, that's an interesting.
Liberace style. Yeah. She had a giant ring. I didn't see it.
So Juicy Pants and Clay.
This scene got me, I got to tell you.
I wanted him to call you Juicy Pants so bad.
I know.
When he goes, Juicy, I love you. Me. You're the only one I've ever, you know.
That scene got me. I got emotional when I watched it.
Emotional. Good.
Yeah, I did. I remember it being 7,000 degrees on that set. I remember feeling really bad for Clay.
I love when you said we always have a choice.
We always have a choice.
What a great fucking line to give any character, certainly you.
We always have a choice. Fuck, it's a great line. So
not only is it a great line to play that internally the way you did as Juice. I mean, come on.
And here's this weird thing.
You said I'm sorry.
We started to feel bad for Clay.
Well, that's called good writing, man.
It's good writing. So he says he'll miss him the most.
The most.
Fuck me.
So can we just we got to wrap this up. It's been an hour and a half. But
so Gemma now confirms.
Hang on. But you spent so much time with Ron.
Yeah.
Just give me 30 seconds of what those. I mean, it's coming to an end soon. Like what?
This is the closest him and I ever were.
Yeah.
Offset too.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah. Yeah. This was like him and I hanging out all the time.
That's what I wanted to hear. You're in every day together. You're in the scenes together.
Him and Nigel. Yeah.
Right.
Rocking. Yeah. He'd be at the house. I remember he came over, we recorded stuff for like Jean-Jacques Renault, like the director, like he was like, we were together. We'd go to lunch. We were doing our thing.
Good.
He came down to Staten Island to do stuff for Staten Strong. You remember, so did you, but like
sure did.
He was really interested.
Ronnie was right up front right there.
Ronnie was with me and him and I had developed this bond. And I remember knowing that his time was limited on the show. And again, we've spoken about it. We've danced around it. It was contentious at best, what was going on. And I remember feeling a lot of that. And in this scene, I remember thinking, God, this sucks. Like, this is really like the band is breaking up everywhere. And then Gemma comes in. You don't really know what's going on, but Gemma lies. And then like when Roosevelt comes in, the way it was spaced and shot, Gemma does her Gemma thing. She lies. I remember sitting there in the hallway. I wasn't sitting. My ass wasn't down. I was just like halfway down. And
I couldn't do that now with my knees if you tried.
No,
that was that half squat against the wall.
Yeah. Terrible choice as an actor.
Terrible choice.
Terrible choice because when you're on take 9,
but your legs were stronger than a goddamn Tribeca.
Yeah, but still terrible choice.
And actually, continuity, Theo, you were like that. I want you to be like that for 4 hours.
Oh, really? Because my hamstrings are burning. And they go, no, I'm sorry, bud. We're going to catch a piece of you. We're going to catch a piece of you.
No, don't see me. No, we see a piece of you.
We see a piece. Well, how big is the piece?
How about you fucking don't see a piece of me so I can sit my ass?
Yeah. How about you move the fucking camera
in? Move the camera a little bit.
My ass can go
see a little of you. Yeah.
Because all I have is pins and needles in my legs.
Clay loves you the most. He's going down. We want to see you in the background crying against the fucking wall.
So Juice is in the sunken place. He's finished. He's heartbroken. Gemma doesn't give a rat's fuck about Clay going to jail. She literally has the look of like, who cares? Who cares?
Holy shit. I just wrote down just when we thought Clay would be celebrating St. Paddy's Day for 20 years in a row, he's now gone to jail.
Yep.
And his wife former still wife. You're separated, but they're not divorced.
Yeah, they're not divorced.
She's throwing him so happily under the lying bus. And you're going to fucking jail for the rest of your life. Holy shit.
She doesn't give a shit. So we cut to Jax with Marks, right?
Yeah.
Look forward to doing business with you, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Clay goes into the holding cell. It's all real now.
Yeah.
Jax kisses Juice on the head. God, I remember that scene. I remember that. And this starts that real king behavior that's going on now. Like Jax.
Yeah, no, and I'm with Bonnie.
Yeah.
And he comes over and touches my hair and kisses you in the forehead.
Yeah. He's
happy watching. And I want to tell everybody, by the way, who are interested, that beautiful, beautiful dog. I had peanut butter in my nose. I had peanut butter on my fingers. And she
still do.
Bonnie, and I still do. I've never taken it out. I smell so good.
Did they just take the whole jar up your nose?
The whole jar. And I remember going, so you don't see the right nostril? Let's shove it up there, right? Bonnie goes, yeah. She'd lick that freaking nose, take after take. I had no dialogue, just me and my dog. Got it.
It's a great scene. She's a big dog too, and she was laying on you too. She's a big dog. Woo. So there we go, right? Bobby comes in, tells him he had a chance to be different. But you're not. Yeah. You're the fucking same as everybody else.
Psycho.
He's so disappointed.
He's so disappointed. And Jax goes, well, maybe I'm not so different. Well, there you go.
And then Nero's with Gemma. She gives a great line. Men need to be wanted. Men need to be loved. Women need to be wanted. Something like that.
Only men need to be loved. Women need to be wanted. That's what she said.
Terrific line.
Kind of amazing line, really.
Yeah. And then Jax is there. Gemma's trying to listen to Jax and Nero talk.
So she's listening, right? Like, okay.
Yeah, she's trying to peep. She's trying to creep on it.
Yeah.
Again, she's just really revealing who she is in this episode. And I think it continues till the end of her demise. I mean, she really is embracing this, that she's really the enemy from here on out. Tara and Jax have a talk. She's leaving. I'm leaving. It's over. Sayonara. C'est la vie. Whatever the fuck you want to say.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Bonsoir.
Salut, bonsoir.
We're bringing the French in this episode. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Gone.
I'm out.
Adios, motherfucker.
Adios, motherfucker. By the way, does Jax always make a choice of drinking milk from the fridge? Was that his choice?
So weird.
Like that's what he does, right? It's a milk thing.
Like
no
the
beer,
1940s. It's like the honeymooners.
Yeah, like the honeymooners.
So she decides that's it. She's going to tell him I'm leaving. And then Roosevelt shows up.
And then there's this. There's this.
Oof.
Hello?
I didn't know who it was.
I got it. I forgot who it was. And here comes fucking Roosevelt. Tara, you're arrested.
Everything's bad because of Jax. Everything.
Did she say when she walks out, Tara said
baby's crying.
Did she say call Owen? What did she say? She said
the lawyer.
Call our lawyer, right? Call someone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But you know what she says first, which is the greatest Maggie thing ever, because she's so fucking brilliant at the art of acting. She's so confused by what's happening. She goes, but he's crying. But he's crying like I'm the one who does that.
I'm the mother.
If you take me, he's crying.
He'll cry more.
And who's going to fix it?
Who's going to fix that? Yeah.
Fuck.
It ain't the guy in the white sneakers. I'll tell you that.
I don't know what the fuck he's doing. So guess what happens? Here she comes diving in. Gemma's going to come right in. And then, first of all, let me just go through the montage quick. Bobby rips off the patch, take with the dog.
Yeah.
Nero getting all street. He's taking off all his shit. He's ready to go back in.
Ready to go.
Clay in the paddy wagon. But then Gemma fucking shows up. Baby crying, whatever. He's with Abel. And she puts the hand around, same way season 4 ended, or whatever, with Tara and Jax.
Yeah.
Now Gemma does it.
Yeah.
He's mine.
I go like this. It's Gemma and Mummy's boy. I mean, it is. It's Hamlet and Gertrude. It is, here we go, setting up season 6. Guess what? There ain't no Clay in freaking Ireland. Tara, who's going to take care of Thomas and Abel, get ready. You're going to go to prison.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? We don't have to wait 5-6 months to figure this out.
No, we have to wait 1 week.
1 week.
1 week. And I got to tell you, I now know that I know less than ever. So I'm really excited because I don't remember 6. I know it's my favorite finale ever, but I don't really know the long, broad strokes of 6. So I'm excited to see what that is. And guess what? We're going to have a few friends joining us next week. So put on your Sunday's best, prop up your hair, and let's go. Here we go.
Hoot nanny. We're going to have a hoot nanny.
We're going to have a hoot nanny.
7 of us plus Justin. Okay, so that's it for season 5. It was good.
All right, let's rank it.
It was good. It was good to see the guys together again. I mean, we were all at the beginning.
What do you give it?
8, 8.2, 7.9, 8.4, something like that.
Well, pick one. Are you in the
8s? 8.1.
I'm going to give it because I just was reminded that Opie died in this season. That's how long ago this was.
That's how long.
I was just reminded that Tig's daughter turns in this season.
Yeah.
Those two episodes alone are so incredibly iconic in the catalog of Sons episodes that just those 2 things alone make it hard not to give the season an 8.5.
Okay, excellent. And I agree with you. That's very sweet of you to say. I think we all had our moments. It just goes so dark. It just goes so dark for me.
It goes so dark. And I really,
that's all.
I don't believe it ever comes back.
4, 8, huh?
It never comes back.
And I don't think it ever comes back.
No, me neither. I don't think it ever comes back.
That was
and you know what's cool too? Charles Murray comes on season 6. He directs. He came on season 5. He was there for season 5.
Now he starts to direct that and take care.
Now he starts to direct. So I want to get him on the show because when he came on,
he's the best.
Yeah, he came on in season 5 as executive producer writer. But like that he came on, like imagine coming on to a train moving like that. That's crazy. So I'm really curious to see what his vibe was. And by the way, also why they brought him on. They brought him on for a reason. So we'll get to hear what all that is. So all right, next week we have the Theory crew and that's it. I'm going to do my best.
Oh, shit. And get your merch, peeps. That's great with Caesar.
Yeah.
Patreon's rocking and rolling. Come on over there. We got a lot going on. Q&A coming up. We got a Q&A coming up.
Oh, yeah, we got a Q&A coming up.
Love you.
Real soon. Love you too. Get out of here.
See you, bro.
Bye.